Welcome back to our channel Class Like Community. So today is the lecture 10 where we will do the revision of the module 1. So here what we will do a points to remember method. That means we will here know the basic points and important definitions so you can give a revise to your module 1 in a brief manner. So first of all, is a simple harmonic motion is a special type of a periodic motion where the restoring force on the moving object is directly proportional to the object displacement, magnitude and acts towards the object's equilibrium position. So we have already done SHM. So the main point for SHM is that it is a periodic motion, and when the restoring force will be directly proportional to the object's displacement, magnitude and the equilibrium position. Okay, next is a Hooke's law. So Hooke's law is a principle of physics that states the force needed to extend or compress a spring by some distance is proportional to that distance. That means here a force will be needed to extend or to deform something by compression or by stretching a spring by some particular length, and it will be proportional to that distance only. Next is free vibration. So the oscillation of a body or a system with its own natural frequency under no external influence other than that impulse that initiated the motion. In simple language, free vibration is an oscillation in which it moves in its natural frequency without any outside or any extended or external force has been given to it. That means it will move on its own according to the initiated motion. Now we will know about what is damped. So when the motion of an oscillator reduced to an external force, the oscillator and its motion are damped. So whenever the oscillator reduces to an external force, that means the force exerted from outside, that means given by us, and under overdamped system moves slowly towards equilibrium. That means it will move towards the equilibrium position very slowly, and underdamped system moves quickly to equilibrium position. That means opposite of overdamped, but will oscillate about the equilibrium point as it does. Now the last damped is a critical damped system, moves as quickly as possible towards equilibrium without oscillating above the equilibrium. So it will move as fast as possible without oscillating above the equilibrium position. Now we have forced oscillation. So when a body oscillates by being influenced by an external periodic force. So when a body starts oscillating when from outside a periodic force is given, that is known as forced oscillation. Now what is resonance? So resonance describes the phenomena of increased amplitude that occurs when the frequency of a periodically applied force is equal to a natural frequency of the system on which it acts. So you need to remember that resonance is a phenomena where there is an increased amplitude that occurs when the frequency of the applied force is equal to its equal or close to its natural frequency. Now it's a Helmholtz resonator augments the amplitude of the vibratory motion of the enclosed air in a chamber by taking energy from sound waves passing in the surrounding air. So what happens? This is a resonator in which the amplitude of the vibrating motion takes energy from the sound wave which passes in the surrounding air. Next is Mach number. So Mach number is the ratio of flow velocity after a certain limit of the sound speed. In simple word, we say that it is the ratio of the speed of the body to the speed of the sound in the surrounding medium. And the last three things which we will come to know is the conservation of mass. So we know that mass is neither created nor be destroyed in chemical reaction. Or in other words, we also say that the mass of any one element at the beginning of the reaction will equal to the mass of that element at the end of the reaction. Similarly, conservation of energy can neither be created nor be destroyed, but it can be transformed from one energy to another. And the last, that is the conservation of momentum. So for a collision occurring between object 1 and object 2 in an isolated system, the total momentum of the two objects before the oscillation is equal to the total momentum of the two objects after the oscillation. That means it is similar to the mass. That means whatever the momentum happening between the two objects before the collision will be equal to after the collision. That is, the momentum lost by object 1 is equal to the momentum gained by the object 2. That means whatever loss is happening in the object 1 will be gained by the object 2. So this statement tells us that the total momentum of a collection of objects is conserved. That is, the total amount of momentum is constant. Basically, the total amount of momentum will be constant, or it will not change the value. So these are the definitions which are important for this particular module, and this is a very brief manner revision of the module 1, in which these are the topics which are very much important for your examination. So I hope all of you understood the lecture of today, and thank you for watching. And if you have any queries, please comment us down below. Till then, be happy and have a great day, and thank you.
That's impressive! You have completed a magic today. For more videos, subscribe. Join our Facebook group and Instagram page for group discussion and live magazine videos for exam preparation in an hour. We start at Classfly community for students to learn from a friend in a simple way and support them in their own languages. If you are willing to be that one friend who saves us at the exam night preparation, then please join us by visiting classfly.in.